I have a funny story. When I was 9 or 10 years old, I told my dad I could beat him in a foot race. My dad, of course, looked at me and was like, "Ha! I was a track star. There's no way you can beat me in you could beat me in a foot race." Of course, at 9, 10 years old, my hindsight was considered legally blind, and I could have said, "Well, Dad," emphasis on the word was a track star. But nonetheless, I said, "Okay, Dad, I'll bite. How could you? How could you possibly beat me in a foot race?" And he goes, "You should what? Call your grandmother." Of course, I was like, "Okay, Dad, I'll oblige." So I call my grandmother up. I say, "Hey, Grandma, you're not gonna believe this little funny story, but your son says he can beat me in a foot race." Of course, my grandmother, being the darling she was, God rest her soul, she says, "Well, yes, he can beat you in a foot race. He was a track star in high school." Once again, my hindsight at 9, 10 years old was still considered legally blind, and I probably should have said, "Well, Grandma," once again, emphasis on the word was a track star. But it's like, you know what? Okay, how about this? We go outside, we have a race. I beat him. I call you back, tell you, I told you so. So, we go on the race, we go outside, run, do our race. We get 3 steps. I look back. Guess what? He's off on the sidewalk. I win the race. I turn around like this. "What's up, Dad? What's up? I beat you. What's up?" So we go inside. Of course, I'm concerned about my dad's well being. So, "Dad, how's your knees?" He goes, "They're okay. They hurt." Of course, now I have to call my grandmother. He's like, "Grandma, I beat your son in a foot race." Of course, being the wise woman she was, she goes, "Oh, he let you win." Of course, now that I'm an older, now I'm a father of my own, and I have 33 years of life experiences. I've realized she could be right. Although now I've thought about it more, if my child and I got into a foot race and she goes, "Dad, I can beat you in a foot race," I'm not gonna let that happen. But of course, my wife, if I were to do this and beat my wife would be like, "No, you're gonna let her win. That's just how it is. She's a little girl. You let her beat you. That's just what parents do for their children. You're gonna let your daughter beat you in a foot race, not be a dick." So now, as a 33-year-old father, I think my grandmother was right. But once again, I wouldn't be able to know. Peace out, Grandma.